Hello and welcome everybody to tonight's live chat. Uh, let's see who we got in. Mark Bex was the first one in. Cool to see you, mate. Excellent. David Drone Avengers shared us out. Cool. Just give it a quick flick through while everyone's coming in. So it's pretty cool to see everyone coming in. I've got a guest waiting for us at the moment, but just wait till everyone comes in and let's get going. So what I've been up to on my channel, not much, to tell you the truth. But I've got to get some things sorted. I've sorted out my desk now, so I've got all my memory cards there and this and that there, and hopefully get something out for you for the weekend. But I've been recovering quite well. We've got Mark Lewis. I think that's a new face. Excellent. I see everyone coming in. Yeah, Mick Spanner released a video as well. One of a bunker. That's quite a cool video, actually. Seeing that. Yeah, we've got Swift Urban Explorers in. Yeah, if I've missed it out, sorry about that, but yeah, I'll try and get everyone up who leaves a comment as they first go on. So, yeah, got a couple of videos to come out. One, the dogs. I keep saying the dog track and all that. Two, the place in Wales, Bomb Store. Another one, having a look at this place behind us. And yeah, just a few other things I've got to sort out. But doing my live streams every 2 weeks has helped me out a lot. So now I'm feeling a lot better, and hopefully I can start getting more stuff put together now and move on. So hopefully you'll see more content coming soon. So yeah, cool everyone. Right, time to introduce our first guest. It's Mr. Williams.
Bloody
Hello.
hell. Hello, how are you?
All right.
Good.
Oh, B-Face in the chat as well.
Be
You up,
orifice.
mate?
Be orifice.
Aye.
Mm.
So you looks nice and sunny where you are.
Yeah. It's just, it's a happy land. It's a very special place. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does anybody know what it is? Does anybody know what this is? What it is behind me?
Oh, now see some sort of animal.
Yeah. Anybody got any ideas? I was going to
It's
get
out of film, isn't it? It's out of film. That definitely looks like a Disney film or something.
Oh, it's not actually. It's a TV series from 2017. But I haven't got any graphics that fit on the screen properly. It's not. It hasn't worked out very well. Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's one of my good old mates.
Mm-hmm.
It's great to see him on. Yeah. It's excellent to see everyone coming on and stuff. So it's pretty cool. What have you been up to? I know you released a few videos recently.
Well, today I went down to Portsmouth and I was finishing off my ticket because I'd paid for a full, see everything in the Portsmouth historic docks ticket, which was like £45 or something like that. But I mean, you get to see the submarine museum, the Explosion Museum. Then you get to see HMS Victory, which is massive. Then you get to see HMS Warrior, which is the largest iron sail ship in the world, which is even bigger. You get to see the Mary Rose, and there's a few museums and bits and pieces around there, which is quite a good day out, actually. It's a really good day out. You know, but it's more than you can do in one day. I'd say you want to sort of space it out over 2 days. So, you know, if you live in the area, you can keep coming back for a year. So you can keep coming back and over again, which is good.
I was going to ask you about that. How long did the ticket last for? Because it sounds like you went a couple of days.
Yeah, well, I went over 3 days, and that was probably enough for me, to be honest. You know, like 3 days, you know, it's not easy to do in one day. You'd have to get there early in the morning, bang, 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 do everything. And it'd be a lot of walking, a lot of, you know, it's a lot to do in one day. So, yeah.
And what's go on?
No, I was just going to say that's what I was up to today. That's it.
Yeah. So was that a film you put out? The one about a TV program on Hill or something? Not got around to watch that.
The Hill.
It's like a big film set somewhere.
Oh, you mean the hillside? Yes, Roundway. That was the movie 1984, and it was where they filmed a very iconic sequence in the movie, which gets repeated and repeated and repeated. You know, so it's a very important part of the movie. But a lot of people may not have known where it was filmed because it's quite a weird landscape as well where they filmed it. So
is that 1984 supposed to be set in the future? What reality turned into?
Well, yeah,
with something else.
George Orwell thought that this is the way the sort of like life would be in 1984, but he wrote that, you know, sort of like in the wartime, I think, and it was his sort of vision of the future. So in the year 1984, they made the movie of the book, but it's quite a dystopian future. But you can see how, you know, there's some ideas in the movie that are kind of getting pushed forward, you know, surveillance and watching everybody, listening to everybody, you know, finding out whether you're thinking the right thoughts or not, you know, what are approved thoughts, approved words, you know, so it's all kind of down that line, you know, of thinking. But it's just interesting that's where the movie 1984, some of the features of that movie were filmed. So yeah,
I'll have to give it a watch then. You know what I mean, when I get a bit of time.
Yeah.
Just been sorting out some bits and bobs around the house and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
good.
Not really had much time, like I say, to do anything on the show or on my channel. Been watching one or two videos, like I say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
5.
I'm just playing with a graphic to replace the graphic that I put up earlier on, which I was like, oh no, it's not as good as I wanted. So yeah.
Daz is saying filming not far away from him.
Right. So he lives down that way, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Line of duty or something.
Yeah.
You're right, mate. Nice of you to join us. We won't hold it against you that you're late in.
Yeah. Can't get the staff these days.
No, it's great to see everyone. So it is. So you got else planned coming up soon? Oh.
There we are. Look, change the graphic now so you can see it a bit better. Like if I'm sat like this most of the time. There's Happy the unicorn. Yeah. It's a very, very sick and twisted series, this Happy. It's Happy with an exclamation mark. And yeah, I mean, you know, because he's a nice little unicorn and he's somebody's imaginary friend, the amount of gore and killing in this TV series is just next level. Yeah.
Not seeing it.
Yeah. it's quite twisted, what goes on in there. They even show this unicorn taking a shit at one point, and but the whole thing is, he says, we don't eat food, so why did they show him taking taking a shit? It's just twisted. Yeah.
Don't make sense, does it?
Yeah. But it's good stuff. Yeah, enjoyable. I'm plowing through it. 2 series. So.
Oh, you've been watching it?
Yeah. I've seen most of it now. Yes.
Yeah. It's probably better to binge watch certain series programs.
Yeah, I like stuff when it's come out and it's gone through and done its whole run, and I've not realised that there's a good series out there, and I'll just download the whole lot and just watch them in one go, so I get the whole story. Then don't miss anything.
Yeah, I'm trying something else out as well. I've got a mouse now, so I'm just playing about with that.
Yeah, it's a lot easier using a mouse than a trackpad.
Like, touching the screen and stuff. You can just click on people's comments and stuff like that.
Hi, Craig. Yeah, just looking who's in now. Swift Urban Exploration. Hello, mate. Yeah, scrolling up. Oh, David's Drones and Adventures Gaming.
Got loads of USB things all plugged into my laptop, and I've run out of USB sockets. Is that a phone call you're getting or message?
Yes, just somebody trying to ring me.
Do you want to answer that?
Nah. Not during the show, no.
No, you can obviously get you down. No,
nah.
Put you backstage.
No, it'd have to be a pretty important call for me to do that.
Yeah. So I got one of these 4-way socket ones where you can put 4 things in one USB socket multi-adapter thing. So
I mean, like one of these type of things that I bought, they're supposed to be 10 gigabits per second. I put a memory card in there. It's a quarter of the speed of a normal USB adapter. It's like, ain't going to be using that then. What piece of crap. False advertising.
I don't know whether it slows things down, this one or not, but I'm trying it.
Yeah, I get 90 megabits a second transfer if I plug it into one of these little USB 3 things. And I get 20 megabits a second if I plug it into that. And that's supposed to be like the super fast hub. So it's just like, yeah, you got to know what you're getting, folks, because there's a lot of crap out there. Misadvertised crap.
Yeah. That's it. Loads of stuff, like you say, even on TeamU, even the latest stuff. Some of that's absolutely crap as well.
Yeah.
And even Amazon, they advertise certain products, and some of the products they actually sell are not great either. Because I know that some YouTuber done like a video on about how Amazon uses the staff so much, the drivers ain't got time to use the toilets and they've got to urinate in plastic bottles.
That's right, yeah.
So we just decided to sell it on Amazon, and it got ranked as the #1 seller on Amazon.
Yeah, selling driver's piss on Amazon. Selling the driver's piss. Yeah.
They didn't sell it to any members of the public. It's just sold it to the people who knew. Yeah.
You got a weird thing going on with your audio, by the way. I don't know. It sounds a bit raspy. Like it's not.
It might be down to this thing, what I said.
What thing?
The hub. Split off. Yeah, it's the hub.
Oh shit.
So
Well,
that's what I was saying to you before when it started, just before live stream.
try taking off your if you go into settings audio, try taking off your reduce microphone background noise or the echo cancellation or something like that, because it might get a bit better then. I don't know, but it's, what do you reckon, folks? Sounded a bit raspy.
That any better?
Turn it up louder.
Testing,
Turn it
1,
up
2,
louder.
3.
Turn it up louder. In fact,
Hello?
mine, I'm going to check
Hello?
mine if mine's gone quiet, because yeah, mine's gone quiet. So let me turn myself up to where I should be. There we are. I should be loud again now, folks. It just, every time I start a stream, it jumps the volume back down.
Yeah. What about now? That seeming a bit better.
It's not loud. You're going to have to turn your mic volume up.
That wasn't virtually full, that.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
shit. Sounding a bit quiet, to be honest, mate.
That's on 190 now.
No, it's gone quiet. Are you sure you're on the correct mic input? Sorry, folks. Technical difficulties.
Yeah, Black Wire series.
Oh, shit. Oops. Broken it now.
Any better now?
Still really quiet, mate.
Still really quiet?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
You might have to go into your actual sound settings in the control panel and go to recording and turn yourself up. I found this with StreamYard. It's sort of like it jumps your volume level down when it starts up. Do you know how to get to that setting?
Sorry, I was just reading these comments. Some new ones have just came on. That's why I'm getting the names up. What you say?
Yeah. Do you know how to get to it?
My settings on the laptop.
Yeah, for sound. There's a special area for sound. If I'll bring it up on screen. I'll show you how I get to it.
Ah, right, that little microphone.
Yeah, try that.
Right, something's coming up now.
The thing is, the Windows control panel doesn't often have the it doesn't have the correct settings that you need. You know, so you have to go into the control panel settings. It's the actual, you know, best place to get the, you know, the thing for it. So
is that any better now?
No. If you bring up on screen, bring me up on screen. I'll show you how to get to it. This is useful information for anybody else who needs to know it as well. I'll show you then. There you go. Right. So what you do is you press your start button or your Windows key. You type in CONT for cont, control panel. And when it comes up here on the side, control panel, you click it and you get all your control.
Oh, right. Go on.
You get all your control panels up then like that. So if you can find control panel, you press Windows, you type cont for control panel. And when it shows you the control panel icon, you click that. Then you go to sound, which is down here under S, sound. Yeah. You got that?
I'm just going to it now.
Yeah, you got sound. Now the first tab is playback. You don't want that one. You want recording tab.
Not got sound yet. Just a quick look now.
We'll have to scroll down. Yeah. Then go to recording and then choose your microphone, which in my case is called line in. Yours will be a whatever the USB is called. And then you go to levels. Oh, look, it's turned it down again. Look. Just a minute ago, I turned it up to 79 and I turned it down to 49.
Yeah.
I saw it going down then as I did that. Look, as we speak. Bloody StreamYard. Look, it's turning it down. It's turning it down. You know? StreamYard does this. It turns it down. It's naughty StreamYard. So let's go look settings, audio. And I don't have automatically adjust mic volume selected, but it does it anyway, you know? But the thing is that sound inside StreamYard is different to the sound you got in sound recording and line in or whatever.
Show us again now you got into that, because I tried to get mine. I couldn't see the screen.
Let me see if you can just type sound. Yeah, just you press the Windows key and type sound, and it'll bring up this sound box. So you press the Windows key on the keyboard, then you type SOUND sound, hit enter, and it should take you to the sound panel, which is the real sound panel, not the stupid Windows 10 it doesn't do anything control panel where 90% of the control panel doesn't do anything. Yeah.
No, not a clue.
Oh dear. No. It's not happening, is it, folks? It's not happening.
No, I can't see how.
Do you want to share your screen and I'll direct you to it? Hey, Dinkum, how you doing? I saw a metal version of you today. You'll see it in one of the upcoming videos.
I've got some more people in. Good day, mate. Right. Percent.
It keeps turning me down to 40%. Like, I cannot get it to stop doing this shit. I've turned myself back up now, and I can see it's going and it's turning me down. Bollocks. Does anybody know how to override this crap, you know, with it turning the bloody volume down? There we are. 65 has gone down to 56. Oh, God. Yeah. It's going to keep happening if I use StreamYard. I'm going to have a look for some help on this, folks. I know it's not a good time to look at it, but StreamYard keeps turning my mic down. I know what it'll say. It's like turning, you know.
Matt, you're only worth 40%.
Yeah.
Right, there's the screen I've got up here now.
Okay, let's have a look. Right, okay.
So
yeah,
this.
Press your Windows key on your keyboard. Yeah, type in that search box, type in sound. There we are. See where it says control panel? Click control panel. Control panel, a bit further down. That's it. You got it. And it'll bring up the real control panel, the one I don't like you seeing. And there's sound. Bottom row, third column, bottom row. There we are. Double click that. All right. Go to recording tab, the second tab along the top.
Oh, there.
Yeah. Yeah. Double click headset microphone. And go to levels. It's the third tab along the top. Levels. Right, turn yourself up there. Right up, probably.
Hello? Is that in a better?
Yeah, that's a bit more like it now. Yeah. Hopefully it'll stay like that now.
Press OK.
Yeah.
Because when I was getting into it, this was coming up and I can't obviously see the screen behind it.
Yeah, you can stop sharing now if you want, because you don't want to show anything you're not meant to. So yeah.
No, I'm trying to get. That's the way.
He's a bit louder now, isn't he? And now you can probably turn yourself up in StreamYard if you want as well, like, you know, and it might make a difference now. But yeah, for some reason, when you connected it and disconnected it, then it sort of jumped the audio down.
Yeah. Simo saying it like your tour of Sheffield.
Yeah, still got a couple more videos to put out on Sheffield. Hey, ALW, yeah, we're still on the sound check, yeah. It's gone a bit weird,
anyway.
isn't it?
Yeah.
You want to try plugging it maybe directly into the computer, the mic. I mean, I'm not saying now is a great time to do it, but because it may stop that raspiness, it maybe there's a low bit rate on it.
I can unplug my hard drives, can't I, when I'm not using them?
You are meant to safely remove them. There's an option down by the clock, and you're meant to click there. You're meant to say remove drive before you unplug them, because you might lose data or corrupt the drive slightly if you don't do it that way. But you can take them. You could take the USB for the headset out and plug it into the laptop if you have a spare port. But we probably lose your audio, and then you'll have to go back into the audio and turn it back on. So just be aware.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not now. Maybe not now. I don't know. I can see it going wrong otherwise.
Technical issues.
Hmm.
You'd think it would be able to work them all out now after doing all these live streams. But obviously
there's always something. The volume going down is the worst thing for me. Like, I mean, mine's back at 40% again. I turn it back up. I mean, like, talk about, you know, why is it overwrite? It's going down. It's going down, 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 down. It's like, nah, mate, you're having no volume. You're having no volume, mate. So the thing is, if I've come down to your volume level, people can turn us up, I suppose, and then maybe that'll be okay. But yeah, it's
Yeah, Barry.
And slightly annoying.
But Barry's in by the looks of it.
Yeah.
Transmissions, yeah. That's the one. Am I United or City? Well, I don't really follow football, but if it comes to it, I'm a United. And if City are playing against any other team, I support City, only because they're both from Manchester. And the other team I support is England. So, like, that's about it, really. But like I say, I don't really follow football, so don't watch it. I can't remember when the last time I watched a match. They're building a big thing next to the City ground now. Like a sports complex thing. I don't know what it's called. But I should have done a video on that, actually. Getting it big. Getting built.
Yeah.
There's also another video I've got to release. Another Gasworks one.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be my first one, but it hasn't. Needs to get that one out soon, because the next part of the operation is coming into play now, where they go to start on the next part. So I need to start getting some of these videos out. So pretty cool to process what goes on behind the scenes. So obviously you need to show you a lot.
think I might have sussed it. I've told it to use my NVIDIA sound now, not the line directly in. Because if you tell it line directly in, it starts adjusting it. But if you tell it use NVIDIA sound, then there is no adjustment for that. It doesn't have a level. It's just 0 to 100. There is no level. And it's not done it now. It's not done it. It's only if you select the mic you're actually using direct, then it starts playing with the settings. But yeah, now because I've got the NVIDIA Broadcast I'm using as a microphone now. Yeah, it's not playing up.
I wonder whether that's why Jackie's always seemed loud each time she came on the live streams. No louder than you and me. Because your mic might have been turned down. Obviously, my mic was turned down.
Mm. Yeah, hers is automatically adjusting all the time. Yeah. So he's saying try putting the microphone closer to your mouth. There you go.
Well, yeah. That might help.
There you go. That's perfect. That's it. It's that old problem we had. It's like if you put it. Yeah.
It's normally.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's perfect. It's perfect now. In fact, some might say too loud, but yeah, whatever. Yeah.
I know. I can go in this setting now and turn it down, can't I?
Turn it down a bit. There you go. So we all sounded nice and loud now, and at the same level, folks. Tell us, because I heard you're the best judges now because you can hear us both. So
how's that now, Matt? Is that okay level?
Superb. Yeah. Close his bloody doors off. Yeah.
That's all. Yeah.
Yeah. God, it's amazing, isn't it? It's something as simple as that. Like, I mean, you forget, because it's sort of there, and you think, oh, that'll be good enough. But his microphone is one of these ones that it only picks up if it's directly in line with his mouth.
Yeah, his speakers just nearly blew up. Went boom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can imagine that. Being nice and quiet next to him. Yeah.
Tom on a Mission said, Secret Vault, thank you for reading that out, bro. What did I read out? I can't remember now. What have I read out?
Was it him who said that moves the mic down?
Oh, I see. Yeah. That's right. You get a gold star then, Tom on a Mission. You get the ultimate gold star there.
Can we start the night live now, Will? Yeah, might as well. It's only been a half hour, hasn't it?
Yeah.
All right, let's get serious about this live stream now. Come on. What should we talk about?
Now then.
I thought that was a dog sniffing then, when you're squeezing your
squeegee. Yeah.
Sounding like a dog sniffing.
Yeah. So dog had to stay in the house today when I went out, so I tried to minimize the amount of hours I was out, which is another reason why I didn't do it all in one day. So I went down, did it, came back because of the doggy. So how's Caesar doing?
He's okay, not too bad. Being a bit of a lazy dog, very lazy. Won't go out when I tell it to or nothing. So, and when I do try and pull it out with its collar, no, it's showing me its teeth and stuff like that. Yeah, so yeah, you don't start fighting with my thing. I don't anyway.
Yeah.
So one way I've got to get it out is just put it on the lead and then take it out that way. Go out on the lead all day long, but don't want to go in the garden on its own.
Yeah. I found that if mine's giving me jip, like I could say like you want to come, like out for a walk, something like that, and she's sometimes like no, she's like turning around like wants to go back in the house, and I'm like, all right then, want to TREAT, and then she's like, yeah, I'll come for a walk now. So yeah. You literally got to coax them to go out. Like, she's not one of these like, oh yeah, I really want to go out. That's great. Yeah. She's like, no. What's in it for me? Literally, she goes out, but then she won't come back in. She's like stands by the back door. She's like looking at me, and she start like going and sniffing around the back. It's like, but you got to say like, do you want a TREAT? And she's like straight back in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not daft though, are they?
Yeah.
They like to pretend they don't understand what you're doing or saying, or at times they just turn a blind ear to you. But like you say, if you get up and go into the kitchen, it's listening for that. As soon as you pick that wrapper up or anything like that, or yeah,
I could be upstairs watching a movie with sound effects and explosions and stuff like that, and I start eating a couple of nuts out of a packet, and it goes crinkle, crinkle. Like, all right, whoosh, she's up the stairs. She's downstairs, but she can hear through the noise of the movie and all that. She can hear the crinkle, and she's like, "Yeah, that's what I want."
Bee's dog won't go out in the rain. Mine doesn't like going out in the rain too much. If it's not too bad rain, it'll go out. But if it starts proper raining instead of drizzle, yeah, it don't like it. It won't go out.
Yeah. Neil says we don't have these problems on Apple Macs. No, because you have such simplified controls, you don't have any control. So yeah.
No, it's always the operator's fault. That's why the Apple Macs never break.
Yeah. B-Face says, yes, she does. He's experienced it, like, any sort of crinkly packets or food, and she's straight there.
Yeah.
Have we seen the parkour dog a month ago on Storror? Yeah, Storror are the parkour explorer type guys who go running over the tops of buildings and jumping and stuff. Yeah. Oh, no, I haven't seen
them,
the dog.
but not seen the dog. No. I'll have to jump on their channel, have a look.
Yeah. She comes racing up the stairs. She does, yeah. Literally, that's all she's interested in. Like, she don't want to know you unless she thinks there's food. And she comes up every once in a while, but she's not coming to see you. She's coming to check you haven't got anything. That's it.
It doesn't rain in Manchester, does it? Well, if it doesn't rain, it's not normal. Put it that way. Yeah.
Yeah. They did a great video on the Grain Fort, if that's the same guy. Well, we've done a video on the Grain Fort. I'm not sure who the guy was who was there.
Talking about Strobe or whatever they're called.
Storror? No, I've never met him. Never met.
And they done a video there.
Did they do one there? Oh, right. Oh, they did a great video on the Grain Fort. Ah, right. They did a great video on the Grain Fort.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And who did they get the idea of going to the Grain Fort from? Me or some other urbexers? Yeah.
There's quite a few that stayed over there overnight. We weren't the first ones.
No.
No.
Hey, IKS went and did Kingsway Telephone Exchange underground bunker. IKS exploration.
I noticed that. I thought it might have been an old one because I thought that was locked up again.
They apparently they had a key from a key holder.
Oh, that's cool then. I thought they got in when everyone else was getting in.
No. I think I might have mentioned it to them that did they want to come, but I don't know whether I heard anything from them. I mentioned it to I mentioned it to Dan Dixon as well, but he was too busy. I bet he was gutted after he saw the video, though. He was like, "That's what you missed, Dan."
Yeah.
The premiere location, and he's been chomping at the bit saying he wants to do Guardian in Manchester, which is the same sort of thing, same sort of bunker. And he was like, yeah, I really want to do Guardian. It's like, well, we've just done Kingsway, but he didn't want to come. And it's like, well, that's what Guardian's like, So.
Yeah, I've not looked at the garden for a while, but each time I look at it, it's still the same. Nothing really changed. There's one entrance that's actually changed because they built a new house, a housing complex around it, and the actual escape hatch or emergency exit is actual inside the grounds of this like apartments, and it's outside in the forecourt. So it's in the garden of these apartments, and when you're in the garden, it just looks like a substation. No, like a brick substation.
Right.
Locked up, so obviously people think it's substation to the building and not know what it is, what living right on top of it. So that's pretty cool to know. The only reason go on.
No, I was going to say they're living on top of ground zero, like, you know, that's exactly where they're going to drop a nuclear bomb, like, you know, right on top of the control center.
Yeah. But the only reason I found that out was, like I say, keep going around and checking on the Guardian and other locations around my area and stuff like that. And there was building works going on, of course, of this new complex. So I went into the cabins and spoke to the people on site. I said, "Oh," mentioned the Guardian. He was like, "Oh, didn't want to say too much." So he says, "Oh, I can't really say too much because you have to sign this private confidentiality act sort of thing." So I said, "Is there still an exit and a like emergency entrance?" But yes, it is. I said, "Was it in this land?" Because I thought it was on this part of land. He went, "No, it's not on this land, but if you look across through that gate there, you'll see where it is." So, yeah.
Tantalizing. You never know. One day the door may be open.
Yeah. That place where I was talking about was the Salford end, and it goes all the way over to Ardwick. So if anyone knows Manchester at all, you'll suss out how long the tunnel is, actual bunker itself. So it goes from Salford all the way underneath Manchester town centre and out the other side.
Yeah, huge, aren't they?
Yeah.
If it's anything like the Birmingham one, it might have other tunnels that go off in different directions. It may have one big long tunnel and then like various other ones that go off.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying there. I was thinking the same thing. If there are other tunnels going off and it's a telephone exchange, what's at the end of the tunnels? But when you think about it, the tunnel would be a blocked off wall with the cables going into like a small drain pipe thing or whatever to like up out to a junction box on the top or something. So really, you can't get in from another tunnel or from the outside, if you know what I mean, because it's a bunker, and obviously it's supposed to be secure. But they need an access way of getting the wires out, especially being a telephone communications. So yeah, that's how they'd have it, like a big wall with like pipes going in, shooting off up to different parts of the surface, and yeah, and when they need to put another one in, they blow a rag down it with compressed air with a rope, tie the cable to it, and then pull it back through. We've got storms in.
Who's going to be the first person to do Guardian then? Who's going to be the first one? You know?
Oh, there's quite a few people still checking it and all that.
I mean, you know, BT are the people who control it, but I doubt very much if you ask them nicely whether they're going to let anyone in. And we say, well,
I've been up to
You don't
I've
let
been,
people in; they'll find their own way in. So, at your peril, BT, because then the people will be saying, "Look, we got in," and everybody's going, "Oh, they've got in. Well, we're going to try and get in." So they're making a rod for their own back by not really letting people come and have a look.
yeah, I did actually go to the telephone house, exchange house, it's called. And the first time I was there, I could see a security guard behind, or security guard reception behind the counter. Just sat there, not doing nothing. The dad pushed the door open, door wouldn't open, so I left. Second time I went up with Carl, and same thing again. I went up to the same house, same telephone exchange house, or whatever it's called. Went up to the door, security guard behind the counter again, and I thought, yeah, I'm not going to push the door because I know for a fact it's locked. I just press the reception. So next thing, the door's open. So I stepped into the reception then. So I go up to the security there like that. He says, "How can I help you?" I said, "Oh, I'm here to see the tunnel." Yeah, "Which tunnel?" I said, "The Guardian tunnel." "Oh, right. Who are you here to see?" I said, "Oh, I'm not too sure. I just want to know when the open day is. So can you tell me more information?" But I was that was close, if you know what I mean, of maybe getting in. So yeah, you never know. But yeah, hopefully they might have an open day. They said there's no open days at the moment or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Forever. Yeah.
Yeah. Martin Sero does a lot of tunnels around Manchester. I know I've done a few with him and took him on a few places as well. I took him to this place behind us as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, "We're here now in Manchester. We're here like at this bunker. Manchester."
Yeah. Also, I was speaking to people about the Guardian and stuff like that, and he was telling us he had quite a free access in and out himself, but it's quite a high thing. You have to sign in, sign out, but because he's going in every single day, or the security guard, because they had a security guard on the entrance, a man guard on the tunnel itself. So yeah, he was telling us about that. I didn't know that. So it's like once you're in the actual building, when you get to the entrance of the tunnel, there was another guard there back in the day. But obviously, I don't. But now I don't know whether it's the same now, because I believe the Manchester one's still up and running as a data storage, or the new communications what they're using, the digital network.
They're not going to let anyone in there then. Oh shit. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you do get in, you have to just keep filming and go all the way. Because once you're in there, you know, no chance of going back in once you come out.
Mm.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm surprised, like the ones in Birmingham and the one in London as well are not used like the Manchester one is.
No, because they've got new ones. That's why they got completely new ones. Yeah.
Well, I was saying that London's a hell of a lot bigger than Manchester in actual size, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, God knows what they got under London, but I mean, all of that was connected across London, past number 10 to Parliament, and like you had the MOD building, Parliament, number 10, and then going into the BT part of it. It was all connected up, and you could just go walk through the whole thing. In fact, they had bikes there, so you could cycle from A to B because it was so big. So you pick up a bike and you just cycle, and there were little signposts saying like number 10 this way, Parliament this far, you just keep cycling down the corridors. Yeah.
Yeah. And for everyone who's watching and's not already done it, please hit the thumbs up and thank you for when you do. Yeah, like these big operations, and what I mean by operations in London is like this new super tunnel, super sewer. Seeing the size of it, where you can get double decker buses in it and all that.
Mm.
Obviously, they've got the tools to build that, and that goes on all the way down the Thames in it, right underneath the Thames, most of it.
Right.
So why can't they use that type of machinery? Say they're lowering it into for this new project, and make it their own bunker, the new bunker, like you say. And that's why they don't use the old ones no more. Where Manchester is smaller, and it's a lot more noticeable to put a big hole in the middle of Manchester.
Yeah, but they'll do what they've always done in the past. What they'll say is, if they're making a bunker, they'll say, "Oh, this is for sewerage," and then they'll be like there beavering away for years, and then like everyone will think it's sewerage. That's it. They won't question that, and it's like it's not sewerage at all. They're doing more than one thing. Might be a bit of sewerage, but also we're going to build a bunker, and then nobody will know, because it'll be like, oh, under the veil of officially it's sewerage.
Oh, Barry's been underneath the tunnels in Trafalgar Square.
Wow. What was that like then, Barry? What was it like down there? And don't say it was just like a tunnel with lights on walls. I want it to be disco lights and lasers and sound system and like
it was like a tunnel with no lights on.
Yeah, it was like this really long tunnel, but it had like holographic projectors every 30 feet. Like you'd have a hologram going like walk this way.
Yeah, well known, unknown there. Yeah, there is so many entrances and stuff there. There's one guy, they did a video, said there was 3 entrances, main ones. But there's also different ones, like there's one that comes up into a bank, basically. And that bank's being transformed into a restaurant as we speak for Gordon Ramsay in Manchester. So it's quite an easy building to suss out which one I'm talking about.
Yeah, but the trouble is though, when they do that sort of stuff and they convert a building into something else, the first thing they do is they brick up the way into the tunnel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's also a hotel in the same building, and they split the hotel and bank up in the middle of it somehow. So you go on one side for the hotel, you go on the other side for the restaurant, or what was the bank. Yeah. And I went into the hotel part and spoke to the members of staff a couple of times, got to know them, sort of thing. And at first they were like, no, we don't know nothing about this Guardian and tunnels or anything like that. So I just got chatting in and then showing him what I knew and the information. They went, oh, we never knew that. But they said, if you go around the corner, they're doing some building work there. Go and have a word with the blokes in there. And when I went round, they wouldn't let us in. They didn't say nothing about the tunnel for the Guardian. Just same as the hotel workers. If they knew, they're not saying anyway. But yeah, the builders told us it's Gordon Ramsay's new restaurant opening in town.
All
and
right.
They're redecorating it.
So that's the new way they get you off the scent. They go, oh yeah, it's not a super secret bunker, folks. It's just Gordon Ramsay's new. Yeah. Yeah, the entrance is just off the northbound Bakerloom line. platform at Charing Cross Tube Station. So it's actually part of the tube station. There you go. So that's like at where did we end up with Kingsway? It was Kingsway. Yeah, there was a came out onto the tube station. There was one of the entrances.
Yeah,
And it had a
seen
big,
there's old
lift shaft.
telephone equipment there as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, go on, sorry, Matt.
No, I just, it was on the actual platform of the station. So you're already into the tubes and like a way they could get people from A to B quickly. And then they get them off the tube and down to a secret entrance and down the lift shaft and boom, you're into the bunker, like, so.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay, fair enough. The way to get in is via the disused lift shafts from the old Trafalgar Square station.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Yeah, well known's got a point there. If it is an working bunker in town, they can't really seal off all the exits, emergency exits, can they? Because it's a hazard.
No, they sometimes they scale it back, don't they? Because it's like that Kingsway, you go to a lot of the tops of these stairs and it's just concreted off, there's a concrete block on the top. But yeah, there's probably still enough emergency exits to kind of, suffice. But in the day, they would have had lots of emergency exits all over the place. But now it's just maybe 3 or 4, to keep it compliant.
And also, it might be just a one-layer brick as well, the wall that you can see. And on the inside, there might be a sledgehammer or something for you to actually emergency way out, break your way out.
So what you're saying is, if you get as far as a brick wall and there's a sledgehammer, then you just say it was an emergency. So I felt fear of my life, so I had to smash through the wall with a sledgehammer because I literally was I was panicking. It was an emergency, so I had to smash the wall through. Yeah.
And then the Gordon Ramsay shouted at me because I was in his kitchen.
Yeah. See, they don't want you seeing inside Gordon Ramsay's kitchen because then you'd realise that it's all just like Lidl's chips, like, they're frying up. It's just like they don't want you seeing that. Yeah. Yeah. I'd love to go deep with the vault. Oh yeah. Nice. Yeah. I'll just give you my home address then and you can come round. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Saying that, hiding bunkers in plain sight or building in plain sight. That place in America where they built the hotel or extended an hotel, as they were extending the hotel, they built a bunker underneath it.
Yeah. Is it North Bridge or what do they call it? Something like Briars or something. Bunker and hotel. Is it Greenbriers or West Virginia? Here we go. What's it called? The Greenbrier. The Greenbrier. The Greenbrier. Yeah. When you go into the basement of the hotel, which you can do, there's nothing stopping you going in there. You're walking around the basement, you're going like, oh, right, it's a small basement or whatever. But there's like a wall that if you pull the wall, it opens, and it's like boof, underground city, like a proper massive underground bunker, and it's just behind a wall that you think is like nothing. You're just walking around the basement, like, oh yeah, and that wall is on a hinge and it just moves and opens up and that's it. In you
Men
go.
in Black sort of thing, isn't it? Men in Black moment as they're walking into just open the little door, next thing you boom into a big bunker, like you say.
Yeah, well, what did they do in Men in Black? They actually made it look as it was part of the sewer system. So you go and see like a big sewer building with big fan vents and whatnot. And
yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah, and you go in, and there's a bloke sitting there, like you say, security guard just sitting there, like do 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 do. It's like, oh yeah, show me your pass, and you go into a lift. And it's like whoosh down to the super bunker underneath.
That sewer part you're saying when they're walking into the sewer, the Men in Black part. It's a brick building the outside with 2 air vent things on the front of it.
Yeah,
or something.
yeah,
Didn't
that's very similar. Yeah,
didn't IKS do something like that near London? An old water treatment thing, but they couldn't get into it.
Yeah, might have done. Don't know. But yeah, I mean, what better way to hide something is like making it part of utilities, isn't it? Electric, gas, sewerage. People are not going to blink twice at seeing a big building with like a big vent on top of it. Yeah. Where was the place that you did where you popped in a multi-story car park? That is Anchor. That's in Birmingham. That's the one we were talking about. Birmingham's got its big bunker, which is connected with the telephone exchanges and whatnot. And Guardian has its big bunker, which is the same sort of thing. Yeah. And there's supposed to be one in Scotland, but it's not been given a name. But I think it's under Glasgow, and there's supposed to be one up there, but that's never really been broken. The story on that one. So hi, Melissa, how are you doing?
I hope she's a bit more better. She was well the other day, was she?
Well,
oh, Brady.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I hope she's better as well. I hope she's bought some deodorant so she don't smell as well. Just kidding.
I don't know what you like, Matt. Yeah. Go on.
No, nothing. I'm just blah blah blah. Nothing really.
That bunker you were saying in Scotland, it's not the one where it was being done recently and it was right up north on its own little island. That one.
No, that's the Outer Hebrides. That is, yeah. No, there's one in Edinburgh which they've been talking about turning an old regional seats of government bunker into something the public can visit. There's something there that they've been working on, and up to the present, people have just been able to get into it. The only reason I haven't tried it is because it's so far away. It's a long, long way up to go and find you can't actually. Hey, Steve Wills, how you doing, man? Yeah, it's a long way to go, isn't it? Just to not get in. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, there is a bunker I want to do that's near Reading. I want to go and check this place out. I've been there before, but I didn't realize you could get in. But B-Face got in there. In fact, there's 2. There's a load of houses in a housing estate, and you think it's like a playing field, and it's like the houses all go round it. You think it's a playing field. Nah, bunker underneath it. That's why it was never built on, because there's a bunker underneath it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that place where, well, it had a bunker, and exploring fighters went there, and the Men in Black turned up. That building site.
Corsham.
Yeah.
Corsham, yeah. They're building houses all around the exit ways and entrance ways, which are still there. They've left them there, the entrance ways and exit ways.
What was there before the houses?
That was a big place called Copenhagen. And it when you drove along the road, you could see these pillboxes, like large pillboxes, but they had lift shafts in them. So you could see lots of those. And there was a big building which had silver windows because they didn't want anyone looking in. So now that building has been incorporated into Corsham Site 2, and they've massively expanded it into this huge centre now called the GOSC, the GOSCC, the Global Operation Security Command Control, or whatever, Command and Control. And it's like an equivalent of GCHQ. And they've had like about £1 billion worth of money spent on it. £1 billion. to build this place up. And guess what? All the tunnels, they said, oh, we don't use these tunnels anymore. It's all defunct. Yeah, we're going to sell it off. We're selling it off, folks. There's nothing to see here. Those tunnels have been reclassified now. And that's why you can't get into box anymore, because the box tunnels, which we always used to walk up to the, the red door, that's why that's all been resecured. Big cameras underground, and then they put loads of metal bars to stop people getting into those tunnels now. People still have got in there, but the military are kind of now quite narky. If they detect that somebody's in there, they'll try and catch you on the way out, and they don't like people being in there. And it's like, yeah, nothing to see here, folks. We're not using the underground tunnels. And they've even put out this front story now and of saying, like, oh yeah, we're just training the army down there. So they pretend like hiding around corners with guns, like, it's to train the army. It's to train the army. Yeah, right. Yeah. You got £1 billion base with a massive set of data centers. But honestly, folks, we're not using the underground for anything. It's just to train army personnel. Yeah, right. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah.
So is not that bunker that fighters got into that time was abandoned, yeah, or
it hadn't been used for many years, but it was part of a site called Copenhagen.
And what have they done? Have they actually ripped that out now, or just filled over it?
Smashed loads of it up, smashed it. There's a working mine next to it, a working quarry, which we went into. If you remember, we went down that big scaffold spiral staircase and got to the bottom, and then we were walking around, and they had vehicles in there and all sorts of huge vehicles and cutting equipment and all sorts down there. Well, that is right next door to Copenhagen. Now, you could walk from one to the other. You could walk from this quarry into Copenhagen. So what they did is they smashed it all down and piled up all the deads, as they call them, which are rocks. They pile all these rocks up against it. And when you go in there, I mean, there's lots of corridors are just filled with rocks and rocks and rocks. So it might be possible to still get in there by climbing over some of these other deads, but you'd have to know your way pretty well, because I'm sure they've done a number on it, really, to kind of stop people getting in there. But why would the surface still have these emergency exits and entranceways if you can't get to it anymore, because it's all rocks being pushed up? Why would they really want to still have the exits and entranceways? Why bother? They could have knocked that down, flattened it, and then built a few more houses on top of where the entranceways and exitways are. But they're all there. The slope shafts are all there. So why do they want to keep the slope shafts? What's the purpose behind keeping the slope shafts there intact? I don't get that. Yeah.
Do you see the picture of the red door? Now it's green.
I have heard, yeah, that the red door has now been painted green. So
is that why? Is that they painted it green so no one can find the red door? You reckon that's why they've done that? Because everyone's looking for the red door, and if it's green, no one can find the red door, will they?
Yeah, but then if they paint it green, then we're going to say, Area 51, what's the secret you're keeping? Like the green door. Green door. What's the secret you're keeping? Yeah. And now they've got some secrets. So, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the Botanic Gardens, an abandoned railway station in Glasgow. Okay. Haven't heard of that one, but okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they breeze blocked it up now. Yeah. Oh dear.
Yeah. So have they just started building houses on that part now?
Yeah, their houses are all completed. Everyone's living in them. They've been there for a few years now. Yeah. But why keep the shafts? It doesn't make any sense to me. Why keep the shafts there when you built a load of houses on top of it and nobody's ever going to use it again because it's all been filled with rubble and you've got no intention of ever using it again. So why keep the slope shafts there? It's almost like they're keeping their options open. Like, maybe the people who are doing the mining next door one day will decide they want to mine there. So they've kept their options open, because then if they do decide to mine there, then maybe they've got an emergency escape route. They can't really use it for anything though, because they can't get anything in and out of it because you've got houses around it now. So it doesn't make a lot of sense, but yeah.
Well, how are they getting the stone out of the quarry?
Well, via the working quarry that's already there. So they might decide to sort of move into that section.
So couldn't they get equipment in that bunker maybe through the mine?
Yes, that's what they would do. They would just clear out. They put all this crap in the way. They'd have to clear all that crap out, and then whoosh, you're into a whole different section of mines again. Which used to be military, and it was used for storage of stuff for the Navy, but we don't know exactly what. But yeah, it was used as a storage underground bunker. But I mean, this is just like a little side part of the huge complex that is Burlington, because Burlington is massive, and this little thing is on the edge, and the quarry is over here, and then Burlington is like, and you saw how big the quarry we were in. You saw how big that was.
Yeah,
that's like that big compared to that big. That's how big it is.
That quarry you was in is not connected to Corsham, is it? Underneath, as you know,
it is connected to it, but they've breeze blocked up the ways in, because it takes you directly into the Corsham Computer Centre, which is the very, very ultra secret, black funded, underground control centre, which that green mound, where you walk down the steps and go in, and they got the glass doors and an intercom. Yeah. That's the Corsham Computer Centre. That goes down. Well, you've only got to walk a little bit, and you're in that quarry, the actual mine quarry.
And that's where the red doors are, basically, keeping you away through between that. Maybe.
No, you're on the east side there. You're on the east side of Burlington. Okay, so the red door is kind of like on the northwest or west side of Burlington. So the red door's over here, and the way that we come in is all the way from the west, but then you can't get into Burlington, because you're prevented from getting in. But Corsham Computer Centre is on the east side of Burlington. So it's on the other side. And the mine is on the east side. But it's all these things are joining, So
spent 5 hours down there.
Yeah, we spent 5 hours walking around. That's how big it is down there. And that is like that big compared to Burlington, which is massive,
Mm-hmm.
They're storing alien genitals. So what are they going to do? Clone a load of genitals? If the Earth is destroyed, they just clone a load of genitals, and you'll have genitals walking up and down the streets, So
have you heard of any other red doors in any other mines around there? Because it just can't be the only red door, can it?
Yeah, I think red used to be the typical color for an emergency exit. So the fact that it's a red door, I mean, I've seen quite a few other places have got red doors on them. It is the common color that they would have used. Me personally, seeing a red door, it looks almost black because I've got red-green color deficiency. So I see blue and green a lot more than I see green into red. So when I look at the red door, I go, oh, that's not very impressive. But everyone else is like, oh, look at that amazingly, powerfully bright red door, and I'm going like, yeah, doesn't look like much, you know what I mean? But that's my eyesight. But it's never impressed me, the fact they've done it in red. But it is sensible to do it in green, or possibly fluorescent yellow. Because think about it, you want people to be able to see it, and the best color in the spectrum to be seen light-wise is green, and yellow's quite good as well, so but so maybe in the past they just assumed that nobody had color blindness problems, but it's a quarter of males have color blindness. And who were the people working down the mines? Would have been males, probably, a lot of them, so therefore a quarter of the people working down there would be like, is that a red door? Is that a green door? Is that a brown door? Because color vision's not good. Quarter of them. Yeah.
Wonder what the first conversation was between the doctor and the first colour impaired person is. Oh, I bought colourblind, or what's colourblind? I don't know what I mean. How they go say, I can't see red when they don't even know what red is if they can't see it.
Well, the thing is, it's a misnomer, really. Color blindness is mostly, they use that term to describe color deficiency, because there are some people who are truly colorblind. They can't see any colors; they just see black and white. Yeah. So, but I get called colorblind, but it's actually color deficiency, which means that some people see more in this spectrum, some people see more in this spectrum. So all the color deficiencies are all different. But I've got a red-green, which means that if you shine a red torch around, I can hardly see anything, because to me it's like you've hardly got a torch on. But if you put like a white torch or a green torch or a blue torch, I can see it really well. But I also have trouble differentiating between what's red and green. So if you have a small light in the distance, like an aircraft or a boat, and it's got a light on and it's a red light, I'll be going, is that a green light over there? Oh, what is it? Is it red or is it green? And I probably get it wrong, and I've had this shown to me, it is a thing. It is. I will definitely get it wrong. But if I can see a really bright green light or a really bright red light, I can get it. But it's when you get little pinpricks of light in the distance and you can't tell, it's like it could be any color. You really can't tell.
So what does a apple look like to you? A green and red apple? Is the red more dark? So it's like green and dark. Looks like a bit rotten.
Yeah, it's like, for everybody else, when they see red, it jumps out at them, But for when I see red, it's almost like a subtle shade of red, which is more like a black and white with a slight tint of red in it. It's like I can see that there's a shade there, and I can see that it's probably red, because if you're holding up the apple, it would be, you can see it's mostly red, and your brain kind of works it out. But if you took that apple away across the field and you said, well, what color is that over there? I'd go, I don't know. And I'd see, the thing is, you would go, well, it looks like an apple, because you can see black and white. So you go, it looks like an apple. So it's green. And they go, no, it's red. See? So you'd know it was either red or green. So you kind of like 50-50 phone a friend, but you'd get it wrong. They could hold up a green apple, you'd say it's red. They could hold up a red apple, you'd say it's green. But when it's really close to you, your brain kind of goes, oh yeah, that's green. Yeah, that's red. But yeah.
That card just came in.
Yeah, myself explored. He says, I'm the same. It's a nightmare when you're trying to work out what lights are on. Well, the way I have to do it is, if I need to know whether it's a red or green light, is I often go up close to it, so it's filling my vision, and I can go, that's red, that's green. But if you're right the way back there, it's a little speck flashing away on a device. Could be green, could be red.
Yeah. And that's why they say you're not allowed to fly a plane, isn't it, when you're colorblind, some say.
Well, yeah, in the United Kingdom, However, you can fly with color deficiency at night if you're in the United States. It's not a problem. But in the UK, they're very strict and they say no, because it's the same with ships. They say that they have this color coding that's like port and starboard. So port is red, starboard is green. Yeah. And they say I'm going to get this wrong now, but if red is to red, it's danger because you are probably going to hit each other. But if you see green and red, you're okay because you're not going to hit each other. So it's like you have to kind of like work out like green's over there and red's over there. And I'm on my side is green against his red. That's okay. But if it's red to red, that means we could be on a collision course, you know? So you have to base which side they're on. Are they on your red side or are they on a green side against, you know, what you can see ahead of you? And then you kind of go, oh, they're to the left of me. So they're on my red side. I'm red. I can see green. We're okay. But if they're on my left side, which is my red, and I can see their red, that's red to red, which is bad. Now, you're going to tell me in the comments I'm wrong because, yeah, I've never really gone into that because I've never needed to use it. But there's a procedure where you go red to red or green to green. Same with flying, exactly the same with flying. And if you can't work out those colors, they say, well, that's bad. But the thing is, you're not allowed to fly at night unless you're in radar contact. So if you're in radar contact, they're going to tell you where the aircraft is. And the important thing is you can see it and it's got a strobe light on it. So they're telling you where it is. You say, I can see it. Well, you know, you should be deconflicted because, you know, they've told you where you are and where they're going. So it doesn't really matter, you know. But yeah.
I know. So that's what the controllers are for, isn't it? To keep an eye on the radar, basically.
Yeah. You know, I mean, if you were flying in cloud or low visibility at night, who would you be relying on? Radar. You know, you wouldn't be able to see any aircraft in the distance with its red or green tiny speck of light. You wouldn't be able to see it. But what they're saying is, no, when you're in perfectly clear vision and you can see for 100 miles and you can see a speck in the distance, you should be able to know that's red or green. It's like, yeah, but I'm 100 miles away and that we're being controlled by radar. So does it really matter? But yeah.
It goes with clouds as well, being cloudy. Obviously, there's clouds up there.
Yeah.
At certain heights.
Mitch says, as a general rule of thumb, if you're heading from open water to inland water, you want to keep the red markers to your right, which is red to green, which is okay. Yeah. So as long as there's a mismatch, if it's red to green, you're okay. It's red to red is bad and green to green is bad. You know, it's kind of like you don't want to be seeing the same color, perhaps. That's what it, yeah.
But, yeah, you don't want to be seeing double.
Yeah, if you see two of the same, that's, you know, could be a problem, but yeah. Yeah. The thing is as well, I mean, if I'm driving towards traffic lights, yeah, the green lights, I don't know if you've noticed recently in the UK, some of the green lights are so bright. It's almost like you have to like hold your hand up because it's like blinding you, like coming towards the set of traffic lights. It's so blinding. They're too bright, you know? And but the green is incredibly bright, but then the red to me is dimmer. But I wonder if to everybody else, the red is also like so blinding, you know, it's kind of like it's blinding you. But the lights recently, you know, the way they've done these lights is so bright. You can see them like a mile down the road. You know, they're so too bright.
Yeah, and certain ones I've noticed being bright.
Yeah. Yeah. But to me, the reds are always quite dim, you know, because I don't see the red so well. But the green is like, get it out here, you know.
Yeah. Them billboards are the worst, I think.
Oh, some of those, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're designed to dim down at night and go really bright in the day so you can see them in daylight. But I've driven past one in London. It was so bright I had to put my hand up, like as if it was a car headlight, you know, was like blinding me. I had to drive like that because it was like, I couldn't see the road. It was so bright. It was on daylight brightness, but at night. Crazy.
Yeah, they've got the regulations where they've got to keep a monitor of it, how bright it is. And obviously, sometimes they get it mixed up, don't they? If they're wrong, and they have to go out and sort them out. But there's one near us. As you come over the hill, you got the billboard there, and at night it's on quite bright at times. So it's like dazzles you as you come across the hill.
Storms is saying that at the crossroads in town, they installed a new caution light at the four-way intersection. On a foggy night, you can see it flashing yellow 3 miles away from his house. Yeah. It's just too bright, isn't it? It's just way, way too bright. They're going like, oh well, LEDs. We can just ramp it up now, and it'll be much safer because people can see it. It's like, yeah, but it's actually like a bloody searchlight, going off into the distance. But talking about going into the distance, I got to go and have I've got to fill up. I was going to say, going into the distance, I got to go and have a Pistons. But yeah, I'll be back in a sec and get some more beer.
Right, remove him. Oh, he's back again. What's he back for? Hello.
Hello, mate. Sorry I'm late. I've been bloody busy and I've just got back, literally. So I'll pop on and go, hi. Hello, everybody in the chat. How are you all? Hope you're doing well. Will, you all right?
Yeah, not too bad. Oops, get you back up here like that. Yeah, it's good to see you and see your picture behind you. That's the place where you've done your last video, isn't it?
It is, and the second part's coming out, I'm hoping, by Friday. But it's not
still working on
at the moment because I've got a bloody render. Yeah, I've literally finished it. I've just got to render it, which is going to take a while, and then just upload it. So
yeah,
I haven't forgotten. It's not going to be months. I've just literally haven't had a chance to do it.
I must agree with Thomas on a mission there. Some of these cyclists, the headlights on the bikes are so bright.
Yeah, they are bloody bright. It's a fucking annoyance.
Everyone's saying hello, Mr.
I had
John.
one this morning. No, it was hello, everybody. I had one this Mr. Bungle. I had one this evening, and I was going around the bend, and I thought it was like a moped. The fucking idiot was in the middle of the road. It's a pitch black, and it was like a back road. It's like I just swerved to get out of the way. I thought, fucking, that's all right. I'll just hit you with a bright light. Who's going to get told off? Not you, because you've got no insurance and you can get away with it. Tossers.
Yeah, I don't think there is any regulations for mountain bikes or push bikes, apart from they've got to have a light at night. Don't say how bright it's got to be or how dim it's got to be. So it's in like a quite a what do you call it, unknown market now, especially with these LEDs, how bright they are.
Another thing,
in the last few years, they've got a lot stronger, haven't they?
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't mind cycling. I like it. Right, I've done it myself. But why can't cyclists of a certain age? Because kids are kids. As long as their parents are with them at a certain age, I think that's fine because they've got to learn. But adults cycling along in pairs and groups and shit like that, they need to be insured. Especially some of these fanatical fucking cyclists who they get in they take up the whole road, and when you try and overtake them safely, they're like a pack of wolves. I've seen it.
Hell's Angels on the push bikes.
I've literally seen there was about 8 cyclists, and they're like doing like 2, 3 abreast because you're allowed to do 2 abreast. And this lorry, it was like a box tranny van, overtook them, absolutely fine, nothing wrong, didn't cut them up or anything, went back in front. He had to stop at the roundabout, and these cyclists obviously caught up. And they started having a go at him, going, oh, he fucking overtook me. Oh, massive moaning. I'm like, really? You don't fucking own the road. You don't even pay anything for it. So piss off.
Yeah. But saying that as well, they're quite likely to have an accident in the potholes more as well.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
they're less protected than a person in a car. And also that goes with the motorcycles as well. Oh, we've got two guests in now. Mrs. Angel and Mr. Volt.
Yeah. Who let him in? Why let him in?
He sneaked in as you went. You must have left the door open or something, Matt.
Well,
Oh,
as I right. Yeah. As I withdrew and pulled away and backed away, no sooner had my back been turned when somebody had slipped in.
Yeah. Through your back door.
Yeah, slipped in through your back door. See, you made it there.
And Matt was mightily impressed. Or not.
Well, yeah, I wasn't that impressed because he slipped in, but I hadn't even noticed, like, you know.
So. Oh, that old chestnut.
Yeah.
And that's what he said, not me.
What are you doing? She said, "Where's the food? Have you got no food? I ain't got no food. Why have I got no food?" No. All gone. All gone. Do you want some of this? Some beer? No. She said, "No. I don't want no beer. Go and have the beer."
Food. Feed me food.
Oh, look. She's trying to lick it a bit. Sorry.
A bit loud, that.
That's dog language, that is. That's like, I enjoyed my meal. It was very nice. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Yeah. Aye.
Yeah. Anyway.
No, you went to the little boy's room.
Yeah. You need to go now.
I'm going to the big boy's room.
All right. Is your toilet like about that wide to accommodate your massive girth and turd radius?
No, it's just a. Well, that's all. Yeah.
Was it direct? Direct to cistern hole with a ladder in it? Yeah.
Culture critique, right? I have to disagree with you there. Road maintenance does come out of it comes out of the general taxation, but it does include the road maintenance as well. Because it goes into a central fund.
It goes into a central fund, which is then like raped by government, who spend it on other things and give a bit of it back
and go, "Oh, we'll fix the road today."
Yeah. Jesus. I mean, the potholes, to be honest, I do feel sorry for cyclists because it's bad enough for cars. I mean, like, I've ridden my electric bike up and down the roads, like, you know, and you've got to keep your wits about you. You can't just like look at the what's around and just like cycling along. You got to be looking at the road, because it's like there's some potholes that take you out, you know. Some bad ones I've gone across in the past, and I'm like, Jesus, if I wasn't just going straight at it and gone ba-dong, if my wheel was turned slightly and I hit that, it would not only flip me, it'd probably bend the bloody wheel, you know. Yeah, there you go, folks.
It will.
Of emotion. A bent wheel is better than a straight one, though.
Wow.
If you're B-face. Yeah. Bet all his bicycles don't they're like this going down the road. Yeah. His wheels are very wonky.
Mate, I recognise that picture in the background. That's from a film. Am I right?
Not a film.
We'll see if we get it now. TV series.
Is it a TV series?
Yeah.
It's on Netflix. I know that.
Might be sci-fi original.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah.
He thinks he's crazy, but he's not, or something like that.
That's the one. Yeah. Yeah. And what's this? imaginary friends name? The IFs, they call them. The IFs, the imaginary friends.
I don't know. I haven't watched it. I just know it's that from that.
Yeah. 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 Well, because he doesn't know. It's Happy. Happy the Unicorn.
That's what it's called. The program's called Something Happy, isn't it?
Happy! Exclamation mark. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Ultra violent, like just killing people for no reason. Like, you know. So anyone who stands in his way, he's just like, oh, I don't, you know, he's just like, boosh, just usually like impales them, shoots them in the head. You know, he's like, anyone who gets in front of him, he's just like, you know, just, and he's like, oh, he's getting up again, right? Bang, straight in the head. You know, he's like, he just kills everyone around him. This cop, he's just crazy,
ruthless.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think I have to watch it then.
Hey, get your mic in the right position, Mr. Will. Sounding quiet again.
Thank you.
No problem. Free service we provide.
Yes. I don't know. You have helped us out quite a bit on my laptop, getting me bits and bobs sorted on it for us.
Whoa.
So,
yeah,
appreciate that.
It's all right, mate. I didn't think about putting the microphone in the right position, but it has caused a problem in the past, so I should have realised, isn't it? It's like it's so sensitive, the position, like just a couple of inches down or up, and it's like boof, almost no audio. It's crazy. I've never seen a microphone quite that like extreme, you know. It's normally it just gets quieter, you know, but it's like yours. If it's there, it's perfect. If it's there, it's like nothing.
Might be for like call centres or something. No, like an office. So as soon as you're like on a call and you don't want them to hear,
yeah, gone.
And talk to like that.
Totally. Yeah, it's crazy.
I don't know whether you could hear it then or not. I don't know.
No, you couldn't hear a thing. It's crazy. I've never seen a microphone that like
sensitive,
directional. Yeah, and it rejects all of the sound. Like it rejects it apart from exactly in the, you know, like if it's right in front of your mouth. What you need is templates of legal documents. Cooperations only act when it's sent by and receives phone calls, letters, and general complaints are ignored. You must provide evidence. Yeah, I think he's talking about potholes here. I think that's what he's referencing. Yeah, you literally have to like film yourself with the pothole and the damage and the time, you know, and prove that that's the real time, that you haven't just faked the time, you know, like, so call up the speaking clock or, you know, something like that. And it's like, you know, there it is. That's what's there right now. Then they'll accept it. There's the damage. Here's the time. It's the real time. You know, you have to kind of go to those levels, then they'll pay up.
Well,
or you could just take them to magistrates' court and then they'll pay up. But you have to threaten them.
Matt, with the picture, won't that have metadata on it of the time and place?
Yeah, but metadata can be faked and altered. You know, so they want to see that it's a real time and place, like some evidence, you know, and it's like, oh God. That's why they won't accept like UFO photos. You know, there's this new UFO thing where the American government has said, oh yeah, we're going to accept UFO photos now, but you have to use their app to submit something. So if you're going to photograph a UFO, you have to use their app, and it takes a photo, but then it's burnt in the time code that you can't alter, so that they can say, oh, that really was at this time at this place, because they're expecting loads of people to start faking photos and things, you know. So yeah.
Well, you'll always get some fakers out there. Back in the day, you probably remember it, a black and white picture of fairies in the bottom of the garden.
Ottingley fairies, yes.
Yeah, wasn't that supposed to be fake in the end? Turned out to be fake.
Yeah.
Even back then you had fakers, like I say.
Yeah, no, people said it couldn't be faked, and they just said, all we did is we cut out magazine photos from a magazine, and we stuck them on like cocktail sticks and stuck them there, and we just took a photo, and it's like, and people are like, no, it definitely isn't, you know, and it's like, nah, it was fake. Because all the photos that they used, all these fairies and things like that. If you looked at, there was one particular book, and all the fairies were out of this book. So if you've got that book, it's every single one is exactly the same. You know what I mean? So it was sadly faked. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
And
clever.
And obviously that's before the internet, and a long time before the internet. And if one book isn't successfully in one area, don't mean it's sells in another area just because it's been published in one. There might only be a couple of hundred copies of this one book that's only been produced. And you, like Matt says, you'll be very lucky if you got that book back in the day. When was it? 40s or even earlier than that, wasn't it?
I think it was the turn of the century. Let's have a look.
That long ago.
Yeah. So when like cameras was just starting to sort of become popular, that you could own a camera and do it. So Cottingley Fairies. Let's have a look. And Cottingley Fairies. 1907. 1901. 1901. So yeah.
Yeah, it's like I say, a little bit before the internet, and yeah.
A little bit. 1901, did you say?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny as well because like some of these photos, you know, yeah, it is too good to be true, really, you know, yeah. But it took. I think they didn't even work out that it was fake. One of the girls actually admitted how they did it, and then they looked up the book and they went, "Oh yeah, that's right."
Wasn't that on Arthur C. Clarke years ago?
Probably. Yeah.
On what do you say?
Arthur C. Clarke, Mysterious World or something. It was a program he did, and books and other bits. Arthur
C. Clarke's Mysterious Universe, I think it was.
I've seen a program about it and stuff like that.
Yeah. They never worked it out until one of them admitted how they'd done it, and then it was like, yeah. But and it's funny as well because like photographs years ago, they weren't taken on small. They were often taken on quite large negatives, you know, or large format. So the resolution would have been incredible if you were to blow it up. You'd imagine that the quality of the fairy would look kind of wrong compared to the rest of the photo, because it would be one is taken from a book, one is real, you know, and you'd imagine they'd be able to kind of work that out, but apparently not. No. Yeah. Just goes to show, I mean, a lot of the people who want to believe in this stuff are going to believe it, even if you show them that there's an explanation for it. They're going to go, no, I still believe. No, I'm not. I don't want to accept that, you know, because I've experienced this with the crop circles, but I've said it applies to things like ghosts and UFOs. People want a mystery, so they want to hear the mystery. They want to hear the story. If you come along later on and find out an explanation, they don't want to hear the explanation. They only want the mystery. So it's like newspapers and television shows. What do they want? They want something that's going to draw people in. They don't want to be, you know, it's not popular. It just isn't popular. And not so many people will be interested in watching a show saying, oh, we've discovered this was fake. This was fake. This was fake. This was fake. This is how this was done. This was done. That show would have a fraction of the viewers than the show that says, oh, this is a mystery. That's a mystery. This is weird. That's weird. That's where people's interest is generated. The reality of providing explanations is not exciting. People don't like it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The video I had on secret tunnel underneath the waterfall, and you could see like the water coming down and like a tunnel behind it, and then it's in red, secret tunnel and waterfall. That did quite well at the first release. What I mean by quite well, a lot of views for my channel in the first day or so, because, like you say, the mystery. Where's this tunnel goes underneath the waterfall.
Yeah.
It's the curiosity of what gets them, like what kills the cat, basically.
Mm.
That's what they say.
Yeah, I mean, the media knows this completely. They know this formula. You know, it's kind of like a lure towards the mystery. Don't provide the answer, you know, because the answer would be boring, you know. So just go for the mystery and then put a question mark at the end of it. The program makers probably have got answers, but they'll avoid them, you know, because it's not the excitement of the show. Is they don't want to provide an answer. They want to provide a mystery. The mystery is where the focus is, and that's why television is kind of deceptive, because they do skirt around answers. They don't want answers. They want mystery.
They tell you the story. They get you, like I say, thinking, what's this tunnel all about and where's it going, all that. So they get you hooked on it. Then, instead of giving you the answer, they give you the story into what it used to be in history and this and that, and then research of this and tells you a bit more of the story. And then, right at the end of the program, that's all it was. A chemical factory or whatever that was, making soap bars or something. I don't know. Bars of soap.
Yeah, it's a known formula that the way television work and operate, and they know which side their bread is buttered on, you know. So I mean, they're not stupid. They like to kind of extend it out and not tell you answers, and keep the mystery going, and they can do a season 2 then and come back to it and keep it going and keep it going, and it's like, you know, that's, you've got to be very careful with TV producers and TV productions. It's like, you know, you get a far more real videos and far more real investigation and conclusions on YouTube, I think, than television these days. You know, television is really, there's a lot to be desired.
We've talked about Oak Island in the past and Skinwalker Ranch and stuff like that. That type of, well, it's the same program, format, if you know what I mean. And they both got mystery to them. And if you think about it, if they do actually find something, the world's going to air it before the actual show. It's going to show it on the show, because the show's filmed a year before the actual release of the program.
Yeah.
So therefore, if it's like the Holy Grail they find in the Oak Island, I'm sure it'll hit the news a lot sooner and quicker than the TV program released it on TV would.
I think they have found something now, haven't they, in Oak Island?
I believe they found something, but obviously it's not
something. There we go. See, something. Found something. I'll have to watch the next episode to find out what the something might have been.
But they always find
There'll be 7 episodes before you find out that mystery. You know what I mean? They'll keep you going. Keep you going.
Yeah, but they always find something on Oak Island. But obviously, they found something on Oak Island, let it slip out to the press or something. But like I say, it's not going to be the actual
Holy Grail
or whatever. Because if it was, you did it on the mainstream news first.
Then it'd be the end of the program and the series. No more money.
Exactly.
The thing is, I mean, I hate this format. I've talked about it before, but the format that television use is they take a nugget of 5 minutes of information that's interesting, and they stretch it out to an hour. And then what they do is they repeat themselves before the breaks. So they go, this is where we've got to. This is what's happened. This is what you heard in the first half. And we'll tell you more if you come back after the break. And then you come back after the break. And what do? They go, this is what we just repeated before we went to break. And this is what happened. And this is what the whole story again.
And then show you a little 5 minutes extra.
5 minutes extra. And then they go, and if you come back after the break, so they repeat themselves 3 times, you know, and it's like the whole program is just the first half is a repeat with a little bit extra, the second half is a repeat with a little bit extra, and the third half is a repeat of both 2 halves with a little bit extra. It's like I can't watch this. I can't watch it. I'm like, I'm bored. Just get to the fucking point. Get to the fucking point. You're not. You just. I feel like I'm being reeled in. It's like television. It just feels like you're reeling me in. You're reeling me in. You're building me up. You're reeling me. Oh, it's disappointment. You know, it's like that. I much prefer the way people on YouTube, they treat you with a bit more of intelligence, you know, and they sort of say, this is the fine detail, and they go from the beginning to the end. They don't go like, oh, I'm going to repeat myself now, and I'm going to repeat myself now, and I'm going to repeat myself now, and it wasn't very exciting at the end. You know what I mean? It's like television, as far as I'm concerned, is dying. It's on its last legs. You know, it is trying really hard, but it's such a dead format. You know, it's for, there's no intelligence there. There's no brain power. It's like, who is this for? You know, is it for children or is it for adults? I've got no time for television.
Yeah. Like John was saying about Oak Island, if they found the Holy Grail or whatever, it'd be on the news, game over. But Skinwalker Ranch, yeah. What happens, like this disclosure thing, it comes out, UFOs. Skinwalker Ranch will won't have no shows in the future if it is UFOs, know what I mean? Like, well, that one's out of the bag. How are we going to say it's UFOs when everyone knows UFOs exist now?
I don't know. I think that's a bit different because
it's more paranormal, some of it, and it's different things.
And we've had disclosure to a certain extent. You know, there is something out there, but we don't know what it is. So it's still going to keep going. And even after that, I mean, the history of the Skinwalker Ranch. I mean, you've got, you know, the military did actually do various bits and pieces there. So I think it would just carry on because there's more. I think there's more to it than just it's aliens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And also, although they do mention aliens and bits and pieces, they are a bit. You know, they're talking about what they call like wormholes and other bits and pieces, and they're trying to scientifically prove stuff. So I think that would still carry on. I'm not saying that if it was a full disclosure and they've suddenly gone, yep, there's aliens and they're here, look at these things. I'm not saying they might not, it might not have a bigger impact, but I think it will still carry on because they'd probably turn it in a different way. Say, right, we know what it is now. Let's see whether it adds up to what we now know. If you get what I mean.
Yeah. You know when an ad break is coming because they start doing shorter cuts of like sound bites and then they do like whip zooms into people. So it's like, so yeah, what do you think it is? I don't know, but it definitely isn't something we've seen before. Cut. You know, it's just like cut, break. You know, and it's like you're milking us. You're milking us for attention. Like, I mean, fuck off. You know, people get like told off for clickbait titles, you know, and thumbnails that have things in them that aren't actually in the video. But I mean, television has been doing this to people for so long, they don't even realize they're doing it to them now. You know, it's like the whole show is clickbait. You know, I watch videos from for History Channel where somebody says, like, you know, we're chasing Bigfoot, you know, and it's like, so they go somewhere and then somebody gets injured and they're like, oh, he's injured, but like the Bigfoot, you know, the Bigfoot, and you're like, okay, so you come back and they're talking about his injury and then could it be a Bigfoot? And then he shows some footage and they're like, oh, but the analysis break. You know, it's like, oh, right, the analysis is, yeah. Oh, but there wasn't a Bigfoot, but yeah. And like, end of show. And it's like, you literally feel like you've been milked for your attention and there's no payoff. They won't tell you at the beginning of the show there's no payoff. You must watch it all to find there's no payoff. I find it very disappointing. Television is so disappointing these days. It's like, yeah.
Question for you there, Matt.
Do I believe there's extraterrestrial underground bases on the Earth? Well, I don't know for certain. There's lots of people talk about it, but they've never got any evidence. They've just got stories. There's lots of stories, but the trouble with stories is once you get one story, you're going to get other people going to pick up on that story and embellish it. So, no, I'm not certain. But however, I would say that if extraterrestrials have visited us, not only are they flying in the air, they probably have bases. And underground is as good a place as any to put a base where you don't want to be detected. So it's possible, but I mean, let's face it. If it depends. If extraterrestrials are visiting us from space and they haven't been here a very long time, why bother to build an underground base? Because if you're coming from space, then you can live in space. So you can be you can get in and out of your, if somebody's coming towards you in space, you can be, boom, you're gone. If you're on Earth in an underground base and the government finds out about it, then they could trap you there somehow. So it would seem strategically a disadvantage to have something whereby you could be found and dug out or bombed. Whereas if you're an interstellar species with faster than light craft, then you're far better off putting your base on the backside of the moon or way away from Earth's detection capabilities.
Mark C is good under the sea. I was thinking that.
Yeah.
We don't know half as much. We know more about the moon than we do as the deep ocean. So that would be the main option, I'd say.
I agree there, because it would be far harder because we literally cannot operate at great depths. So there's not a lot you could do to get to an undersea base. But underground, I think, is, you're asking for trouble, because you could be trapped in there. It's not to say it's not possible, but yeah, I just don't think they would bother putting a base on a planet at all, really, because they're asking for trouble.
What about in a desert? Because obviously there's sand, and obviously the people are still finding pyramids and all sorts from thousands of years ago. Because sand shifts all over the time, you know what I mean? All over the time and with the wind and stuff. So hiding it in like a deep valley, because they say the desert used to be a sea, didn't they, many years ago? Who says there might not be a valley there that's about 200 feet down, or maybe 500 feet down, maybe 1,000 feet down, by a couple hundred, I don't know, whatever. You know what I mean? And that's full of sand, but they've got the base at the bottom of it. No, from when they built it. And obviously, with all that, like 500 feet of sand, the wind's not going to blow that way.
I to be honest, I think your best bet is, if you're an alien, is to find a way to make yourself look like humans, and then you can hide in plain sight and control everything. And anytime anyone gets close to finding out about it, you can just bump people off, which is probably where we're at right now. Yeah. If they look like Dinkum Aussie, then you can easily detect them. But if they look like you or me, then you definitely can't tell.
No, just imagine we go to like a moon or something, and a planet, yeah. And we're going to be aliens to that planet, yeah, obviously. And obviously, if aliens come from another planet and visit us, they're going to be thinking the same thing. What are these people or these things on this planet? And when they look at it more closely, to see that these people are fighting the neighbours with nuclear weapons or big massive tanks or rockets and all that. You're thinking, do we really want to go there? That don't look like a good place to go for our summer vacation. Let's go to the next planet where it's nice and tropical, whatever. Know what I mean? If we're going out exploring and we come across a planet where all hell's breaking loose, you're thinking, we're not calling there. Let's out of here. You know what I mean? Wouldn't you though?
Yeah, possibly. Yeah. But then, you know, it's like they say with traders in stocks, you know, if there's a war, some people make money out of that. You know, you'd think like, oh, all the stocks are going to go down, you know, all the businesses are going to suffer, but somebody's going to make money out of it, you know. So it's like same possibly with aliens. They don't care who's in power. They don't care what's going on, because whichever side's winning or losing, they can just carry on business as usual and it doesn't affect them. In fact, you know, they might even be able to make advantage of it. You know, like there's a war going on. There's been stories about this actually. There are serial killers who have monopolized on the fact that there's a war going on. Because there's a war going on, nobody's going to notice the occasional person here and there disappearing. So serial killers have gone crazy and killed loads of people, like mass serial killers, because there's a conflict going on. Maybe the aliens look at it in the same way. They go, whilst you're all just, you know, messing around in these war zones, we can go in and do loads of shit. You know, we can abduct people, but like people say, oh, he must have been crushed in a building. There you go. You know, you can't get away with that sort of stuff in peacetime, because everybody go, oh, where's John gone? And there'd be an investigation, they'd be looking for him. But when there's a war on, you can probably be abducting people left, right, and center and doing some really dark shit that we would like, whoa, you know, but it'll just be, oh, they've just disappeared. Oh, it must be something to do with the war. Forget about it. You know, no investigation. It's just like they disappeared. Oh, well, very sad, you know. So wartime is probably a great cover for alien activity, I would have thought. But yeah.
Well, there's always been reports of alien some craft, isn't there, during war. Foo Fighters, for example, and other bits and pieces. You know, they found stuff. So, oh, what's that? It's got to be something in it. I mean, all right, a lot of things are probably natural phenomenon or misinterpretation, but there's that little inkling where you think, hang on a minute, that's not the norm, even in wartime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good theory.
There we are. Cultural critique says like the blackout killer in World War II. Yeah. Yeah. It's surprising how, you know, like a natural disaster or something like that, you know, like an earthquake or whatever, you're going to have somebody who's going to be up to no good there, and it will just be written off to kind of natural circumstances. So nobody will ask any more questions because it's too hard. You know, there's so many people have disappeared. What's 2 or 3 more or 10 more? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, horrible thought, but yeah, you could see how that works.
Like Mitch is saying there could be testing anything, any weapons or anything. There's a war zone there, right? We're not supposed to be testing this on people, but let's set it off where this war zone is, because they'll think it's the other side, or that other side will think it's the other side, and they'll blame each other. Then we'll find out what actually happens with this weapon. Know what I mean?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, he's absolutely right. I mean, yeah, was a great time for carrying out medical experiments. Look what the Germans did. Yeah, the Nazis did God knows how many atrocities of experimenting with, you know, with kids, adults, everything, just to see how far they could push it.
Japanese were really bad. Yeah. Even more sadistic than the Germans. Yeah. There's a movie about the Japanese experiments. It's like, oh, it's horrible. It's really bad stuff, like, you know. But yeah, I mean, yeah, we seem we seem very sad and sadistic kind of race because I mean, you know, most creatures on Earth kill for food. I mean, apart from cats. So Jackie Green, you know, she's literally needs to like get her head red. I think like having 18 cats in the house. I mean, they'd eat her in an instant. If she passed away and there was no one in that house, they'd be like straight in there, like, yeah, oh look, nice bit of meat there, yeah. You know what I mean? Animals have no conscience, you know, but they generally only go for food. But human, I think dolphins and whales can sometimes, you know, they kill for fun, like killer whales. They've been known to not eat their prey, but just like smack them out the water and like, you know, play games with, you know, seals and things like that. But in general, I think, well, maybe chimpanzees as well, but it's kind of like that's going down the line of humanity, isn't it? It's like, oh, we'll just kill things for fun because we can, you know, not because there's a reason for it.
Well, I suppose you've got a point there. Like a lion, it might be territorial, but it'll only kill if another animal comes into its area. It's where it lives.
Yeah.
Know what I mean? Feeling threatened because that's coming in its area, nicking its food. So if that's eating my food, I better take care of that and turn it into food myself. Know what I mean? They don't just kill the animal because it's territorial. Well, they probably will do, but obviously they'll eat it as well. They're not going to just let it go to waste.
No, it all comes down to survival of the fittest, doesn't it? So you've got, like you said, you've got the lion. It's at top of the food chain, as it were. So it's going to kill when it wants to eat. Anything which is below that, it's got to try and survive. Matt had a point. Man is at, you'd like to say man's at the top of the food chain, but we just kill for fun. If you look at it as a generic thing, like you say, you get serial killers. Why do they do it? They're a bit deranged, but they do it generally because they want the gratification.
Yeah. Cats as well. Like I've always thought, like cats, you know, they don't need to eat because they've got plenty of food, but they like chasing and killing, you know, birds, mice, anything that moves. It's like, oh, I kill you because you move, but they don't need to eat it. Now maybe we're going against things by domesticating them, because if we didn't feed them, then they probably would eat that because they needed to, but they don't need to, so they just keep killing because they're killing machines, you know. They just like kill. It's fun. It moved. I kill it, you know. It's like, but it would be probably more, you know, in line with the way they're designed, that when they kill something, they eat it. But because we feed them, they don't need to do that. But they've still got that instinct there to just kill anything that moves.
Yeah,
you know, it's
and
like
the instinct also adds to the fact that, you know, that you're feeding them, so you're the boss. So if they kill something else, they'll come and give it to you. Go, look, here, here's a prize for you. Thank you.
Yeah, we've got a question for each of us.
From David, yeah. I thought it would be that one, yeah.
Yeah.
Good
I
question.
can say I have seen a UFO because I've seen something flying and I couldn't identify it. So, yeah, I've seen something. I'm not saying it's out of this world or whatever, but I've seen something flying and not a clue what it is.
Yeah, I've seen things I can't explain in the sky, but I haven't particularly seen a UFO, if you want to call it, or UAP, whatever you want. I haven't seen anything like that, but I've seen strange phenomena in the sky, which I'm thinking, what the hell's that? Doesn't add up to anything I'm aware of. And looking on the internet or wherever, and think, I ain't seen that, don't know. But other than that, no, not really. Not had an abduction.
Yeah.
Well, I'll try and keep this to like a minute or less. had a sighting of a UFO, a strange triangular thing on the side of a mountain when I was 19. Got me into the subject of investigating UFOs. Came down to Wiltshire because I heard this was an area that dealt with UFOs a lot. Spent loads of time on the hills and seen a few weird things. Ball of light that just filled the whole sky. It was massive. It was just crazy. And then a couple of years later, saw a ball of light being chased by a helicopter. So it seemed like military connection, and it sort of zipped off into the distance. We went up on a hill. We looked into the distance. There was a massive saucer, and this thing was bigger than the village of Pewsey. So we're talking like not just football fields, like 50 football fields wide. It's just huge. And the ball of light went up into the bottom of it, and it went boosh up high speed. So yeah, I've seen them. I've seen things. I don't think that was military, because where are they keeping something that's 50 size football fields wide? Where would the MOD or the Americans be hiding that shit? They're not flying shit that size around the place.
Oh, they keep it hidden in space.
Yeah. There's nowhere to land stuff like that. There's
on the dark side of the moon.
Yeah.
Right. On that bombshell, we got to call it a good night.
No! We're only getting started.
I know. I forgot so much as well. I wanted to tell you about the video put out.
You have to stay on for a bit now then. Come on.
Yeah, Stockport Underground.
If you tune into next week's episode, Will tell you about what's... Yeah.
People are saying, and I put this video out before the last video, what I just put out, basically. I have put a video out the same before, but when I was going through my YouTube studios, I was checking all my content and all my videos which are private and not private and whatever, unlisted. And this one came up. I thought, that's supposed to be public, this. I'm sure I've released this one already. It was Underground Stockport, like I say, shopping centre, where we're going underneath the UK's widest bridge. And when I was going through the studios, it's there on unlisted. So I thought, right, I better turn that back to public. I don't know what's going on there. And then I started getting messages saying deja vu and stuff on the comments.
So it twice.
I thought you'd put it out because I was watching it and I'm like, I've seen this before.
Yeah, so I was looking, and after reading the comments, I went checking my studios again, and it's one of them videos that it was uploading for about a week or 2 weeks or whatever. And once it's uploaded, obviously then I've already re-uploaded it because I didn't think it was going to update YouTube saying processing this video. So by the time it's saying processing this video, I've released this video then, forgot about this one. And when I was going through it, I thought that should be public, and by this time I was going through it, it was showing a thumbnail, but unlisted. So I put it as public, and hence it went out a copy of it.
Well, I've had some ungrateful bastards who are they're very, very observant. They've noticed that I put a video out before, but I put the video out again. But if you read the description, it says I've cleaned this up. So I've like literally gone through it, either cleaned it visually, like got new software that cleans it up, that makes it look even more pristine than before. But like in the case of Randall Jones Pew, I filmed this on a camcorder. You can hear the motor going on the camcorder, and you can hear like noise. I've run it through new noise cleaning stuff. I've cleaned it like you can hear him, and he's just like in a quiet room now. He's like no, this like motor noise and shit. Cleaned it all up, put it out, and people are like, I've seen this before. Like, oi, wanker, why are you releasing videos again? deja vu. And it's like, yeah, fuck off. I tell you what, really, there's loads of people haven't seen that video before, and I would be embarrassed to put it out again because of the fact that it's got noisy image, noisy audio. When I remaster things, folks, it's because I've got you in mind to make sure that you have the best quality experience. I'm not going to release the same video twice at shit quality. Jesus Christ. Yeah.
One of my mates said, want it a bit longer, this video? I said, no, it's the same amount of time, or whatever. I said, what it probably is, you probably watched it right up to the end thinking it was something different. He started laughing. That's what he did. He didn't watch it to the end last time.
Yeah.
So he watched it right to the end this time thinking it might be different. So
there's some of my videos from 10 years ago. This noise cleaning and picture cleaning technology was not there. So like if I re-release some videos that were old ones, it's because there's a good reason. It's probably because there's some material in them that's actually quite worthwhile watching. However, some of the people who watch my videos wouldn't ever go back to like day one where some of these early videos are, but it's like I can re-release it but clean it up. It gives it to a whole new audience, and it's kind of like, you don't have to watch it if you don't want to. You don't have to watch it if you've seen it before. But like, going, oh, you're re-releasing old shit. And it's like, no, it's re-releasing old shit. Now clean new shit. Clean.
I'll tell you what YouTube are doing as well. For every 1,000 subscribers or 1,000 watch on this latest video, it's saying I'm getting £12 something. I went to the original video. It was giving me £2 something for every 1,000. I don't know the difference. It's the same video, so not a clue how it works. Right, and hopefully
you're lucky getting £12 on a bloody video. Jesus Christ, what have you done right?
Well, I don't get 1,000 views for one on the video, so I won't get that.
So you say like Barack Obama getting hand job from Alien, right? Oh, there you go. Oh, look, I got 1 million views. It's £10. There you go. Yeah, well done.
Hand job.
Gareth's just came in, but we're going now, I'm afraid. So nice to see you, and hello and goodbye. Right, yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Keep saying it, we're going now.
Such a disappointment.
Right. Hopefully, not next week. The week after, I'll be doing another live stream on a Tuesday. Meantime, I'll either jump on John's or Mr. Volts.
Oh, jump on John, yeah. I can't wait to see that video. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That'll get 1 million views.
Yeah. Jump on John. The what was it like? What? Oh God! Jump on John. The Revenge. Yeah.
Jump on John as he enters secret vault's back door.
Yeah. Jump on John with no extra back doors. Yeah.
Yeah. Right, talking about the back doors, we're all leaving the back door now. Bye bye.
No, don't go, folks. It's not the